I have in Canada, Rick Ross got.
Put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all to understand you gotta stop making business personal. February 13th, the Big Meech benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Bossman D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, this the first time it's ever been done.
50 Cent, known for his no nonsense approach and sharp tongue, has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind. And recently, he made waves when he went off on Rick Ross, calling out the rapper for betraying him. But what was the reason behind this explosive rant? The whole thing revolves around the involvement of none other than Big Meech, a figure whose name is synonymous with power, respect, and controversy in the streets.
Gang, we 2 days away from the Big Meech concert. Get your tickets right now. Make sure everybody flying to the city for this. It's gonna be huge.
I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
Oh, look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
This wasn't just another public spat. It was a deep dive into loyalty, betrayal, and the twisted undercurrents of the hip hop world. For those who don't know, Rick Ross and 50 Cent have been at odds for years. Their beef dates back to the early 2000s and has been a prominent part of hip hop culture. From diss tracks to public insults, their rivalry has been well documented. But this time, it wasn't just the usual back and forth. This was personal.
A lot of y'all don't know who Tammy Crowens is. Tammy is the young lady that's been accused of always cooperating with the government to help Big Meech get out of his situation or lessen his situation. Because a lot of y'all say, how come years, 20 years, and then y'all still saying he snitched? Well, because he didn't get 50 months. So that's how that happens. But now 50 Cent post that tweet asking about that, talking about he gonna do a documentary on that, explaining that. Man.
Chopoza Cent recently made it clear that he felt Rick Ross betrayed him when it came to his association with Big Meech, one of the most powerful figures in the history of the Black Mafia family, BMF. Big Meech and his brother, Terry Southwest T. Flannery, were key players in the drug empire that BMF built. They were larger-than-life figures who controlled massive networks in the streets, and their ties ran deep within the hip-hop industry.
And I'm thinking 50 is asking him to say, yo, you could have did that party with everybody but Rick Ross and kept your relationship with me. Big Meech was balling in the early 2000s in a way that was like unheard of, right? The lifestyle that rappers are living now, Meech lived then, and I think that's important for you to note for later on in the conversation.
To understand, you gotta stop making business personal. Get your money. You don't know these niggas don't know you. If anybody going against Ricky Rose, let me have this.
But when Rick Ross started associating with Big Meech, making moves, appearing with him publicly, 50 Cent felt that Ross was crossing a line. According to 50, Ross had betrayed him by aligning himself with a figure who had been a major part of the underworld. It was a betrayal not just of trust, but of the code, the loyalty that governs every relationship. In hip-hop, for 50, this wasn't just a business deal gone wrong. It was a personal slap in the face.
First time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This shit gonna be special, epic. Get your tickets right now. I'm back.
And so when you see this video, you know, again, there's rumblings online and people in the streets are talking, but ain't nobody really making it a big deal. They just watching. You know, I think some of the street guys I know making a bigger deal about Jeezy. It's like y'all forget. First of all, I'm a cancer, right?
In a recent interview, 50 Cent opened up about this betrayal, stating that he had tried to reach out to Ross to clear the air, but was met with silence. For 50, this was the last straw. His frustrations boiled. over, and he decided to go public, calling out Ross for working with people who don't have his best interests at heart. He made it clear that he felt Ross was aligning himself with people who were all about self-interest and power plays, instead of the loyalty and respect that should define real friendships.
And in a minute, we're gonna get into the emotional thing that people are saying, yo, 50's emotional, man. Like this, it is just business. He shouldn't be worried about that. I get what y'all saying, but 50 already told y'all, say, when niggas is on the fence, we push them to the other side. Is y'all not listening? Like, do y'all think niggas be joking when somebody tell you who they are? You better believe them. 50 told you, when niggas is on the fence, we push them to the other side. When you come home and get with Ross and you 50 Cent for all intensive purposes, he feels like, yo, I kept your legacy alive.
The shocking part of this whole ordeal is that 50 Cent didn't just throw out some petty insults. No, he went all in, attacking Rick Ross for his alleged involvement with Big Meech and his association with the BMF crew. In a series of social media posts, 50 Cent dropped bombshell after bombshell, accusing Ross of being disloyal and opportunistic. He wasn't holding back. 50 Cent's anger was palpable. He called out Ross for using his connections with BMF to gain street credibility, pointing out that Ross was never really about that life and had only aligned with powerful figures to boost his image.
We'll entertain that conversation here in a minute, but if you ask me, this is on brand for 50. And then I seen Ross and he dropped this video. Pay attention.
And for anybody going against Ricky Rose, let me have this. I've been putting my foot up you niggas' asses for the last 15 years. Everything you niggas touch crumble. Why you think Rose on top? We don't take this shit personal. We getting to the mother money, nigga. Now, Big Meech, February 13th. That concert gonna be off the motherfucking hook.
But why did 50 Cent go after Rick Ross so aggressively? Why now, after all these years of beef? The answer lies in the deeper issues that go beyond music. It's about respect, loyalty, and the power dynamics that exist in the hip-hop world. For 50, the issue wasn't just about past beefs or the business side of things. It was about betrayal, the kind of betrayal that comes from someone you thought was a friend.
Putting his foot up you niggas' asses and leaving it in your motherfucking intestine, nigga. You hear it, girl, down. Oh, shut bigger than up. Ricky Rose, the biggest, nigga. Biggest boss. I've been separating myself from these broke niggas because they don't understand the rules to the streets. You understand? Don't know owe you nothing, homie. They don't owe you nothing. Y'all get money together. Y'all niggas get money. Keep moving. All that extra shit, nigga. You don't even have a relationship with your own brothers, nigga. Your own mothers and fathers.
Someone you thought you could trust. And when that trust is broken, the consequences are severe. Cent's rant didn't just stop with words. He backed up his claims with evidence, bringing up old interactions between Rick Ross and Big Meech that painted a picture of the relationship. 50's accusations were hard-hitting and filled with emotion. He made it clear that he wasn't just mad at Ross for working with Big Meech. He was upset because Ross was doing so in a way that seemed to undermine everything they had built, everything that was supposed to matter in their world. The media picked up on the story fast, and soon, fans and critics alike were reacting. 50 Cent's fans rallied behind him, backing his stance on loyalty and respect in the music industry. They saw it as another example of 50 Cent being true to himself, being loyal to the people who had helped him along the way, and not allowing anyone to play him for a fool. On the other,
And Jay-Z, man, he stole my publishing. I ain't got none of my publishing. But it's for life, but it's family. It's a united front. And so the illusion that's being sold in black culture is part of the reason why people are emotionally involved in business relationships. And one thing you know about Lucian Grains, he ain't gonna call you family. Universal ain't gonna make it seem like you family. Universal ain't gonna tell you this my homeboy, this my brother, this somebody I wanna see do good. They gonna say whatever the business is. But a lot of niggas eat with the family shit because he get the most out of the product.
other hand, Rick Ross's fans were quick to defend him, claiming that 50 Cent was simply bitter and using Big Meech as an excuse to attack Ross. They argued that Ross was just doing what any businessman would do, aligning with powerful figures in the industry to further his own career. But what really shook the hip-hop community was the way 50 Cent went after Big Meech. For years, Big Meech had been a legend in the streets, someone who commanded respect from everyone in the game. His name alone carried weight, and his ties to hip-hop were undeniable. But 50 Cent was calling it out, saying that Meech was using his influence to manipulate people like Ross into doing his bidding. 50's take was that Meech didn't need anyone in the industry.
You know, niggas emotionally weak. They been through hell. Niggas is really broke down. They just strong and keep it moving. But niggas broke down emotionally. Niggas been let down. Them been forgot about. Everybody wants something. Niggas want to be forgave. You know what I mean? So much going on. Done committed sins. That niggas, right? It's a lot that's wrapped up in the black experience, especially when you get to make it to the other side.